I got a new toy here. This isn't really a toy, obviously, but this is my newest addition to my collection. It is an 8mm film projector. I believe it is a silent one, actually. It is an Apollo Synchro. Blurry, sorry. An Apollo Synchro film projector made by Shiro Canada Limited. Zoom out. Okay. It's on an angle for a reason. Paid $12.99. That was like that when I got it. It's actually broken worse. As you can see, it is a film projector. It's actually a mighty nice one. Just gotta fold out some of the arms and belts and stuff. Uses 2 spring belts and 1 big rubber one, which is hidden behind the cabinet, which I will take off. I suppose I should have undone the screws before I did this, but that won't take too much longer. I'll demonstrate it working. Okay, what we have here, let's try to move that forward and down. Okay. We have behind this heatsink fancy shaping thing. Unscrew the big light knob. I would date this thing to the 50s, I'd say. There's a big, still warm, 500-watt light bulb. It's got an intercoiling filament. See the big weird socket down there? I'm hoping. If not, the YouTube conversion and my camera has screwed over this picture. Okay, up here we have the one geared tooth which runs the tape to increase proper tension between here. But this is very similar to a couple of Bell and Howell projectors that I've seen, like with the lenses and the way it folds out and everything, and the drive mechanism. There is a little spot in here which you cannot see for some reason. Either the camera's fault or lighting problem. So I'm going to get my flashlight, which hopefully will work this time. Where did I put it? My organization is a mess. Okay, we've still got some life left in this. You can see the little door. This little slot right next to my finger is the little light spot. Watch this. That was when I plug it in. I'll explain that later. There's a little thing slot on the back of this. Holds the tape in place. I have no 8mm film, unfortunately. But I will show the picture it puts on the wall. There is a speed adjustment right here. The power switch. There's a little syncing thing for like a side projector or a sound monitor or something. And there's a little frame advancement thing that adjusts the picture. And there's this big thing. There's a fan blower, which I'll show once I take the other side off. Okay, I'm going to put film reels on this, even though there's no film. They're just old reel-to-reel things. So I move some things around. Okay. Really tricky to put back on. Okay. Pop the film reel on. I actually had to oil the bearings on these, otherwise, because they wouldn't turn for some reason. I'll put the bottom one on in a minute. See, it looks kind of cool with that thing on there. I'm going to rotate the device around. And you can see the back is exactly like the front. There is an adjustment knob, which is right here, which you can sort of see. That adjusts, like it's like a frame advance for like running tape through. Okay. There's supposed to be carry straps attached to these little things at the top, but they broke. I was carrying it, I dropped it. I was carrying it, the handle broke, and the machine hit the floor and bashed its base all to hell. There's a few other case faults because of that. Okay, once I wind up my flashlight again. Okay, now we got light again. Okay, you can see the one big pulley up at the top. Start at the top and work my way down. Okay, there's a little pulley right here, which connects to the upper reel mount. It's a gear which attaches to this worm gear, which is driven by this belt, which has gotten kind of oily for some reason. You can see the advancement feature working. There's a little frame thing that I'm not quite sure what it does yet. Turns the little motor. There's a little motor down here. That little gear right there that the flashlight is directly trained on, that is the lower gear, which drives this little arm way down here. This one. It's a big electric motor right here, which is open, and it has the armature with the point adjustments. And there's a big blower housing, and that runs air up through this little shaft, which cools it. Now I'm going to plug this in, and we can see it working. I'll swivel the camera around in a minute. Once I move it, I'm just going to turn the motor on, not the bulb. You can see the little sparks coming out of there. This is on 5, which is the middle and the start speed. High speed, low speed. You got to be careful on low speed, because otherwise it'll cook the bulb. Okay, I'm just going to fold this around. Pull it. I'm going to swivel the camera just now. See the dresser and the wall. Okay, I'm going to dim the lights in a minute. I'm just going to turn the little arm on this thing, right? Okay. Make sure that's on all the way. There you go. The lens adjustment. This is what happens when I wind it out all the way. Picture slowly does that till the lens comes out. A lot more sharpness. Okay. It's good for like hand puppet shows, I guess. Ooh. The camera isn't picking this up. You might be able to see it on the dresser there. You can see that there's flashing, which disappears once you speed up the camera. I have to run it on motor only for a little bit, so the bulb will go down. As far as I know, this projector does not do sound. Once I get some tapes from my uncle, because he said he had some, once I get the tapes, I will show a video footage going. So this is going to be like 2 parts. And I'll also show it once I finish fixing the cabinet, the little case that goes on it. Is this. Close up of the Apollo. It's a spiffy old thing. It's got a nice wrinkle finish. There's a plastic base and some everything. See everything visibly working away. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the presentation of the Apollo Synchro 8mm film projector. Stay tuned to see the video of it in action.